Today we're going to look at Magic the Gathering cards that are going to be destroying white. And I'm going to start off with the Storm Breath Dragon. It's a red, 3 generic 4/4 dragon. And it's got flying and haste. But you know what it also has? It has protection from white. That's right, from your Swords to Plowshares, your Path to Exiles, your Prismatic Endings. You're going to need all 5 colors for that prismatic ending. Remember, it does not actually protect it from sweeper effects. Sweeper effects destroy everything. You do not have protection from sweeper. Do not have protection from destruction. But I'll tell you what it does also have. It also has Monstrosity for a red 5 generic. Monstrosity 3, which means you put 3+1/+1 counters on it. And when it becomes monstrous and it deals damage to each, whenever it becomes monstrous, it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. They are going to regret drawing too many cards from that Ristic study. It's a card that bites back. Yeah, white players hate this card. All right, we're gonna start. Let's start off also with Henrik with the Rampaging Frostodon. I'm curious to know how creative you guys are gonna be here today. We have a red 2 generic Menace. What do white players love? They love to gain life. They love the life gain. You saw that at Johnny. It can ultimate down up to 100 life. The Rampaging Frostodon says absolutely not. Players can't gain life, including the Rampaging Frostodon player. And it also has Menace. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Frostodon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Also, white is known for token making. So if you want to make a lot of spirit tokens, human tokens, whatever tokens, this does double duty. So you can gain life and you can get pinged for all the tokens that you make around here. We also got King Ginger. Thank you very much for the super chat. 8.5 tails. It is a white 2/2 Fox Cleric. White 1 generic. Target permanent you control gains protection from white until end of turn. Oh god, you gotta activate this every single time. I mean, you have the mana up, I guess, you know, whatever. It's only protection from white, but then you can pay 1. Target spell or permanent becomes white until end of turn. I have protection from you. Also, easy hack, go get your Painter's Servant, name white, everything is white, and you can have just gain protection from basically everything on the battlefield. Everything in hand and also on the battlefield. It all works out. Liquid Soulfly with the Dread of Night. Dreaded it is. It is a black enchantment. White creatures get -1/-1. Ooh, that is going to absolutely sting the token decks. Not to mention, like, a lot of the humans are just 1 toughness creatures. And, you know, all things considered, you're going to power down their entire base anyway. I think back then, they used to play like these in multiples in their sideboard. You get 1 Dreaded Knight. And then you get the, I mean, it was a killer of the Savannah Lions. Savannah Lions is extinguished. That's right. You see a Savannah Lions on the battlefield, gonna get out the Dreaded Knight and deal with it. And then anything bigger, you just need a 2nd Dreaded Knight. It stacks! It will stack. We got Jess here with the super chat. Thank you so much. The Archon of Absolution. Archon of Absolution, a white 3 generic 3/2 Archon. Flying. Protection from white. This creature can't be blocked. Targeted dealt damage. Oh, this is just a reminder text. We all know what protection is. Hopefully. Actually, they explain it here. Because a lot of people ask me, hey, Nikachu, if I got protection from white, do I have protection from Supreme Verdict? And I'm like, well, no. You have protection from the creatures and removal spells. Creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. Oh, you got a little bit of a propaganda thing wrapped around in this. All right, protection from white. And also, if you have a gigantic army, and the people playing white, they create gigantic armies. They're going to have to pay 1 for each. There's a tax. You got to pay the road tax, all right? And the road tax is pay 1 mana. Walking Dead Alabaster Leech. The Leech. The hell is this? No, this is not. This is self-hate. White 1/3 creatures. White spells you play cost 1 more to play. This is hating against yourself here. Oh wait, like, Well, I don't know. I guess if you donate it, it works. Okay, so if you give it to someone who plays white, I guess it's some possibility. I don't know, in a Beamtown's Bullies deck or something. Yeah, use donate. You're gonna give it to them. Oh, I'll play this Alabaster Leech. It's my only creature in white in the whole deck. How is that a rare? You know what? Some rares were stinkers back then. It was they were big stinkers. Okay, Rated Lex, thank you so much for the super chat. Anarchy, because we all need a little anarchy in our lives, don't we all? Anarchy. It is a red 2 generic. Destroy all the white permanents. Gonzo. Kaboom. All the red. What does it show? We have a volcano in the background representing red. We've got this ice sheet over here representing blue. I guess we have a bit of a swamp representing black, and we got that forest. Yeah, so basically all the white stuff is gone. They're killing all the humans and the angels. They kill the I guess anti-angel tech would count for the show. Most of the angels are in white, I think. Maybe not. Tracer Miller, thinking outside the Sword of War and Peace. If it doesn't have protection yet, it will in a minute. It's an equipment for 3 mana. It gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from white whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player. Sword of War and Peace deal damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in their hand. Doing double duty. You deal damage and you gain life. What do we have here? Oh, no, we have another super chat. We got Alpha Nerd. Blood Moon. White decks hate this card. I don't see why. This is not really specific. I'm donating the super chat. Okay, we're gonna donate to Kenkusha, Possessed Nomad. What the hell is this? Possessed Nomad, white 2 generic. Attacking doesn't cause Possessed Nomad to tap, also known as Vigilance. Threshold. Possessed Nomad gets +1/+1, is black, and has play a black 2 generic. Tap, destroy target white creature. Oh my goodness, they're going straight after the black creatures. Sorry, they're going straight after the white creatures. What's the threshold part though? Is like you've learned something? I don't know. Or you went to the dark side. I guess enough stuff hit the graveyard that you went insane. I've killed enough people. Yeah, I don't understand the flavor, although I sort of see sort of a werewolf in the picture. Okay, a lot of people are mentioning this. We got Sazix, D&D and MTG. Flash Fires. We all love land destruction, don't we? But we even like it more when it's only to one person. The person with all the plains. And by the way, it also counts your triomes, your plateaus, your tundras, your savannas. It kills them all. Before you know it, yeah, you have no more mana left. Dry grass is tinder before the spark. They don't have like an Urborg for white, do they? I don't think they do. It's only Urborg for black and for green, and then that's about it. Arethusa. Torment. The set is all about black. You mean the set? Or is there an actual card? Oh, there actually is a card called Torment. Not very relevant to the show, though. Enchanted creature gets -3/-0. You do that to anybody. You could do it to anybody. Chen Fred with Stench of Evil. Stench of Evil. We got a black 2 generic. Destroy all we have a second Flash Fire card. Oh my god. I mean, it's fair. We got they have it against blue. They have got Boil, Boil something else, right? Boiling Seas or something like that. Okay, we destroy all the planes again. And with Stench of Evil deals 1 damage to each player for each planes they control that is destroyed this way. Each player may pay 2 for each 1 damage they wish, if he or she wishes to prevent from the Stench of Evil. Oh, but it does not actually prevent the land destruction, though. You still blow it up. Yeah, you still blow up all their lands. You can prevent the damage. You might as well use the mana for something, because you're not going to use it for anything else. I've never heard of this card. This is a very... Maybe it's very... It's like 23 cents. I imagine it's 23 cents because your friends will hate it. They will not invite you back if you play the Stench of Evil versus them. Mad Cat, did we do Anarchy? We will in a second. No, yeah, we did do Anarchy. We did do Anarchy, but I'll tell you what we didn't do. We didn't do Pacer Fence Forever. Turok's Dread Cantor. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot this guy has protection from white. Black 1 generic 2/1 with a kicker of black has protection from white by default. All right, you know, Solitude, you back off. You back off now, Solitude, all right? I'm not afraid of you. Whenever an opponent discards a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Turok's Dread Counter. When Turok's Dread enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it is a him to Turok because target opponent discards 2 cards completely at random. It's not a good random, it's a bad random. They could take your lands. Although taking your lands by turn 4, well, hopefully you've got a lot of lands on the battlefield anyway. Put your clothes in the wash. It has the stench of evil. Absolutely. Same thing, Turok looks like he doesn't even have clothes. He's wearing a bed sheet. He's literally wearing a bed sheet as like a mask and a cape. And then maybe a little bit more of a bed sheet for his pants. Alright, Brugro Fun with Virtue's Ruin. They're gonna get ruined. Black 2 generic, destroy all the white creatures. Damn it. It's a 3-mana sweeper. That's wild. See, them hate cards back then, they were powerful. They really hit hard. They didn't screw around. Now, they don't do stuff like that anymore. It's not the same. Okay, Havoc. Okay, Havoc deals damage. Havoc. Okay, we have a white 1 generic enchantment. Whenever a target opponent successfully casts a white spell, they lose to life. No, it does not deal damage. They lose life, which, by the way, is just good enough. So they every single time they want to play a spell. That's back-breaking. I never heard of this hate card before. Whenever a target opponent successfully casts a white spell, this would be an insane card against blue-white control, if blue-white control ever saw play anymore. That's a lot of life. You play your Teferi, you play your Prismatic Ending. Actually, you could play this in Legacy. Hit Solitude, Teferi, Omnath. It hits it all. That is a very creative hate card over there. Okay, we got Ryan C with the Phyrexian Crusader. This is a funny one. Black 1. It's Black 1 generic 2/2. First strike has protection from red and white. Now the weird downside though is that it's infect. So if you're a regular deck, you probably don't want this card. And if you're an infect deck, it's a little clunky, but like not a lot of things can destroy this. There's protection from all the burn spells, all the red like sweeper like cards like Anger the Gods, Earthquake, and protection from white. So it had like protection from Fury and Solitude. And it's got Infect. So I mean, if you have some pump spells in there, your opponent, you will make quick work of your opponents. Jess decides, let's donate to the crowd. Donation to the coffee crew. Thanks so much, Jess. And we'll donate it to Starfire Dragon with the Omen of Fear. Or sorry, Omen of Fur. The Omen. It's a red 3 generic. Instant. Return all islands to the owner's hands. That is weird. Each player sacrifices a plains or white permanent for each white permanent they control. What? Hold on. So each player sacrifices a plains or white permanent for each white permanent. Oh, okay. So if you have like a white creature, then you can opt to bounce it back to your hand or sack a land to keep it in play. Yeah, each player sacrifices a plains, so it's not counting the plane. Remember, plains are colorless. Lands are colorless. They're actually not white cards. I know, level 0. When you first learn Magic the Gathering, isn't an island blue? Isn't a mountain red? Isn't a plains white? No, they're all colorless. You would think so, but no. It's not intuitive. I understand a lot of rules in Magic the Gathering don't make sense, but they make sense eventually. I do see Crusader in the sideboard of green-black infect decks sometimes. Sometimes it's in the main deck. Sometimes it's in the main deck. Okay, Paul Rogg with Tranquil Grove. Is it Grove or Groove? Groovy. Maybe it's Groove. No, it's Tranquil Grove. Okay, white 1 generic. White, green. Destroy all other enchantment. And you better believe white players love their enchantments. You know, have you ever heard of Replenish? Have you ever heard of Opalescence? You ever heard of Daybreak Coronet? Ethereal Armor? That's right. Well, Tranquil Grove says, oh yeah, hold on. It says all other enchantments. Like, does it blow itself up? Does it? No, it does not. Next super chat, let's get from Chris Lees. Thank you very much. Squee the Immortal. Don't care about paths or swords. Okay, that's fair. I don't know if this is particularly... Well, I'm going to judge this card a little bit harder. Okay, Squee the Immortal says, red, 1 generic, 2/1. You may cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. Okay, you know what? I'm going to count this. One very unique thing about white is that they can exile stuff. It doesn't go to the graveyard. It gets obliterated out of the game. Things like Path to Exile, Prismatic Endings, Solitude, Swords to Plowshares, and so on. What's it also called? Oh, what's that sweeper for all? Settle the Wreckage. Settle the Wreckage also exiles. Squee the Immortal says, I don't care. Do you know what? I don't need to be on this plane. I can be in the middle of nowhere. I'll find my way back home. Just like Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. He was exiled on Mushroom Planet. And somehow made his way back home anyway. JML with the Jovial Evil. Jovial Evil, black 2 generic sorcery. Does 2 damage to opponent for each white creature they control. Holy crap! Today for a lark, let's visit the plains. I'm sure we'll find something to entertain us. You could one-shot a token player with this. They just spew like a million creatures on the board, and if they're like a population deck, and then you like just slam down the Jovial Evil. Oh, you've got like 30 creatures in play? Well, you take 60 damage. That's it. That's one shot, 1 kill. They'll count up their tokens and realize it's time to pack them in. Pack it up! Yeah, the token player is trembling right now. There's a lot of anti-token cards on this list. Donate Celestial Dawn and then play all these cards. What is Celestial Dawn? Celestial Dawn. Is that like everything you control is white? Lands you control are plains. Non-lands you control that aren't on the aren't in play. Spells you control and non-land permanents you control are white. Oh, I see. Give them this and then play. That is a really weird way. You know, you can just play Painter Servant. It basically does the same thing. Just Painter Servant white and then play all these cards. That sounds like an interesting deck idea. Play a Painter Servant that you blink. And then just play like a bunch of random hate cards in your deck. Yeah, bad combos that actually work. All right, next up, we've got the super chat from Bryce. What do you got for us, Bryce? How about Gloom? Absolutely Gloom. Gloom is very gloomy. Oh, a lot of Gloom cards. I want the Gloom. There it is. It's a white 2 generic enchantment. White spells cost 3 more. Oh my god, the taxes. Activate abilities of white enchantments cost 3 more to activate as well. Just the enchantments, though. Oh, the Circle of Protection. I'm like, what enchantments have any activated ability at all? But yeah, the back then, Circle of Protection. Circle of Protection, that's broken! Circle of Protection red. And I think Circle of Protection black were like really popular. Way back in the day. Waking Dead trying to get Irene Singer on here. Irene always makes it her way back onto the show. One way or another. Whether she's like terrible or she's from Homelands, she's back. It's a 4-mana 2/2. White enchantments and green enchantments each cost an additional 2 to cast. That actually is broken in the against the right deck. Taxing for 2 is backbreaking. Like 1 is like okay, 2? No thank you. Pacers fan forever. Animar. What the hell is it? Soul of Elements is busted EDH card. Okay, I don't doubt it. Oh, and has protection from white and from black. So the 2 enemy colors that are not Teamer. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a counter on Animar Soul of Elements. And creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each +1/+1 counter on Animar. That's broken! That's very strong. So you keep putting counters on this thing. Basically, things are going to be free. Play this with your Eldrazi's. That's a good discount. Canty has a really old school card. Where's Canty? Canty, you've been called out! In a good way. Quorum Trench Gnomes. There we go. Oh, this thing. Red 3 generic 1/1. Tap. Target planes produces 1. Instead of white until the end of the game. Use counters. Okay, how did they fix this card? If target planes is tapped for mana, it produces colorless mana instead of white mana. This effect lasts indefinitely. They should include that in the AI-generated cards, because there's so many cards that are like that that don't specify until end of turn. So it should also specify this effect lasts indefinitely, just like the Quorum Trench Gnomes. Or your planes will be wastes, and your whole mana base go to wastes. Okay, we got Alpha Nerd. With Chaotic Backlash. Okay, we got red 4 generic instant. Chaotic Backlash deals damage to target player equal to twice the number of white and or blue permanents they control. Again, another anti-token card. What else does this also affect? I think it's just the tokens. You got a lot of tokens. You're gonna get hit for, I don't know. You're gonna get smacked into the last decade. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna hit that backlash was so hard. You got hit 3 generations deep. Okay, we got Restgen Serpentine. Does Black Knight count? Absolutely. Well, that's a classic. It's classic Black Knight versus White Knight action. Just 2 boats passing in the night because they can't block each other. Okay, we have a black 2/2 first strike protection from white. And yeah, that's about it. And it wasn't like a bad card versus other decks either. The red creatures back then, they didn't like the Black Knight either. First strike? You mean you get to smack me first before I smack you? And everything with first strike has like a long sword. I guess that's what first strike means. I get to you before you get to me. Next super chat from Platonic Liquid. Thanks so much. The Enchanter's Bane. Enchanter's Bane is a red 1 generic enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, target enchantment deals damage equal to its converted mana cost to its controller, unless the player sacrifices it? What a weird card! At the beginning of and it only happens once. It's like, okay, I target your enchantment. Do you want to pay the life, or you want to sacrifice it? I don't even think it's good. Like, obviously, the hate card against the enchantment players. I don't know, what is like the... Oh, I guess it's hate against, what's it called? The white enchantment. When you pay a spell, if you don't pay 2, you get a treasure or something. But it's like 4 life. What's the most expensive enchantment in Commander? I don't know. I can't think of it. Oh, well. Funny hate card. Ree with Rending Volley. Rending Volley, Rending Volley. Red instant. Can't be countered by spells or abilities. You hear that, blue? You don't like it either. Deals 4 damage to target white or blue creature. I can't remember what this was designed. I remember it was designed for the Splinter Twin combo. That's why it exists. But I don't remember what white card was problematic. Maybe... I don't know if the Felidar Guardian combo... No, that didn't exist yet. Or maybe they knew it was going to exist. Actually, they didn't know it was going to exist. They screwed up on that combo. Iona could be in every show. Iona Shield of Emeria. Choose a color! Well, I guess, Iona, we'll see you when we do the red show, and the green show, and the black show. 7/7 flyer. Enters the battlefield. Choose a color. Opponents can't cast spells of the chosen color. I've been hosed by this card before. I'm a mono blue deck. Yeah, you play Iona, you name blue. That's it. That's it. GG for me. Okay, King Ginger with Desolation, one of my favorites. Is a black 1 generic enchantment. At the end of each turn, each player who tapped a land for mana during that turn sacrifices a land. So at the end of each turn, each player who I don't know why. If a plains is sacrifices in this way, Desolation deals 2 damage to that plains controller. This card's insane! Each player who tapped a land for mana during the turn sacks it. If a plains tapped this way, it deals... You sack your lands after you use them? This is an insane card! How have I never heard of this till now? It's basically like a permanent Armageddon. You get like 1 shot with your lands, and that's it. They're gone. I mean, it triggers at end of turn, so you have some opportunity to destroy this thing. Or maybe you would like to sacrifice it to the Enchanter's Bane. But anyway, yeah, this is a very unique card that I never heard of. And also extra hates on the planes players. You got planes? Okay, you get taken extra 2 damage around here. Isn't it sack 1, not sack every? At the end of turn, each player who tapped a land for mana during their turn. Oh, I see. Okay, you got it. I looked at it as like if you tapped the land, you have to sacrifice it. Like it's gonna trigger for each land. Okay, so it's not nearly as backbreaking. I get it. And Jokar is like, I play this in my Turgrid deck. Jokar ahead of the crowd here, head of the curve. Oh, this last one was a super chat. Okay, so give it to we'll go to Turiat, Reign of Gore. We have a black-red enchantment. If a spell or ability would cause its controller to gain life, well, I'm sorry. No gaining life around here. Life gain banned. You lose that much life instead. You be careful if you play too many lands with that Omnath. You be careful if you attack with that Solitude. It's like anti-life gain. The anti-life gain card. Alright, now we get the Pacers fan forever. Goblin Wizard. You're a wizard goblin. It is a red 2 generic 1/1 tap. You may put a goblin permanent from your hand into play, and also for a red, target goblin gains protection from white until end of turn. That makes no sense. I have no idea why they would tack that on the end over there. The Goblin Wizard. What makes this pro-white at all? I guess back that, you know, it's just a red thing. Are you red? Okay, you can have protection from white, or you can destroy white permanents or something like that. This is how it was back then. Same thing with blue. Blue blew up the green stuff and the red stuff. They're all enemies back then. Who? I think everyone's got a card. I don't know if someone 2/4C got a card yet. Martyrs. Cry. Whites. Sorcery. Exile all white creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller draws a card. Oh, God! For each creature, its controller draws a card. You know what? I could see that being played in a token deck. If you're like, well, screw this. I can't, like, win from here. You exile all your creatures, all your tokens, and then you, like, and then you really cash in on that. Yeah, token card drain, exactly. I don't know if this is even, like, is this really a hate card? I guess so. The downside sucks. Oh, but it's so popular. It's a $12 card from the dark. I swear this is actually being used by the token decks. Like if you're in a board store and you're like, I need to find a certain card to like break through. You can rebuild. We can rebuild the tokens. You're all getting sacrificed for card draw. When do we get to see Martyr Square? We got it. That's right there. It's right there. Okay, next up, we got Alpha Nerd with Havoc. Did we do Havoc? Yeah, we did Havoc. So we are donating your super chat to Catch Up. I play Turbo Fog in Historic. That deck hoses white aggro. Well, you're right. But that wasn't a card. Catch Up. There are people who would kill for their suggestion to be noticed. People like Dinglebag. You got to give us a card. Putrefaction. Okay, well, this is a black 4 generic enchantment. Whenever a player plays a white spell or a green spell, that player discards a card from their hand. Ugly. So you play white spells, and then you have to, basically everything comes with like not ward, but like an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. Now, if you have no cards in hand, that's still fine. This will trigger and you just have nothing left. So make sure you're empty-handed. That's the only way. You have other suggestions in chat? Well, I missed it. I'll catch it later. Okay, you want to find all your the anti-white cards? You can all get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. I also go there to get all my regular Magic the Gathering cards in general. I'm stocking up on Tishanda's Tidebinder, the perfect card for my Merfolk deck. Absolutely need those cards. Getting them from FusionGamingOnline.com, and they're restocking really fast. Got all my foils and non-foils. And don't forget that when you buy from FusionGamingOnline.com, you're going to want to use coupon code Nikachu. I'll give you 2 reasons. First, you get 5% off all your purchases. And second, it lets them know that you're shopping on my behalf. I sent you there. Supports the channel, that's what I'm trying to say. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. And I'll tell you why you want to do it. because if you don't, you're going to get your stuff banned out of existence and you're going to feel big sad. Right now, they just banned Karn the Great Creator and Pioneer. They banned Up the Beanstalk in Modern. They banned Fury in Modern. They unbanned Smuggler's Copter in Pioneer. That was a weird one. They also banned Monastery Swiftspear in Pauper. And if you don't want to get your cards banned, then you rent them online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel by using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu _R4Z. So when your cards get banned, you don't care. You just send the deck back. This deck's useless now. Get a new one. Also, congratulations to everyone who didn't get hit by the bannings. All the bannings. Alright, what's next? Hey, RP Swifty. I don't even understand. Why did they make Swiftspear common? To just ban it out. Elliot! Negawatt. Never heard of this thing. Negate? I don't know what the hell that is. Sorry. We got... Is this... Whack? Such a card called Whack? There is! Black is gonna go whack... Whack... Go whack somewhere. Oh, it's whack. As in, like, the Mafia thing. Okay. This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a white creature. I'm gonna whack them white creatures. I want to say they're gonna whack them off, but like I don't know. Does that sound? It sounds so wrong. Okay, target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. There you go. They got this. It's for 1 black. They whack off a white creature. It's so yeah. It's so whack. It sounds so wrong. I think I'm gonna get demonetized over this show. Okay, next up we got Ketchup with Batwing, the Batwing Broom. Okay, we've got Orzhov 1 generic instant. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn if white was spent to cast Batwing Broom. Each player loses 1 life for each attacking creature he or she controls if black was spent to cast Batwing Broom. It's just a fog. It doesn't really. It's not particularly like a hate card. I don't see how it's a hate card. Oh, I guess it's a bit of a hate card versus token decks. Because they lose 1 life for each attacking creature. So if they go all out, you're like, Batwing Broom. You kill yourself. That's right. It's all over. You go all out and, well, basically all the damage gets redirected to you. Okay, next, Steve Cooper. Thank you very much, Steve Cooper, for your super chat, Tainted Remedy. And donation. Okay, we're also going to donate to chat. All right, Tainted Remedy. We have a black 2 generic enchantment. If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. Just drill it. You know, it's funny. Life gain's not even a powerful effect. You know, it's defensive. And then we have cards like Tainted Remedy. I guess there are some infinite mana infinite life combos that drain people in Commander. So this also would then just drain them as well. If they gain that much life, they lose that much life instead, which will not trigger the gain that much life thing because they didn't gain, they lost. Okay, next up, okay, we're donating a super chat to Highlander Pony Progenitus. I did no, we didn't do Sulfuric Vortex. So I'm not going to really count Progenitus because that has protection from everything. Sulfuric Vortex, it's cheating. Do not Sulfuric Vortex, red 1 generic enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 damage to that player. It's your upkeep. Did you take your 2 damage? Take your 2 damage. If a player would gain life, they gain nothing. That's right. You win nothing. Good day, sir. Get out of here. I don't know if Willy Wonka has a Sulfuric Vortex, but I can imagine it. I can see it. Alright, and then... Okay, who is suggesting cards? We got Tommy Siddons with the Crypt Angel. We have a black 4 generic 3/3 flying pro white. Ooh, it's the Dark Angel. When a Crypt Angel comes into play, return target blue or red creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's weird. I mean, I get it. They're the ally colors. Blue and... I don't know why blue is allies with black. That has no similarities at all. Nothing whatsoever. I understand all the other parts of the color pie. It's like a loop that isn't supposed to close. I see blue goes with white really well. White goes with green. Green goes with red. Red goes with black. But then, like, blue and black is not... There is nothing. They just arbitrarily said, okay, you guys are friends for no reason. Anyway, yeah, that works. Have we looked at the Bogart Artisans? I don't think so. Oh, so the Bogart Arsonists. Arsonists! Red 2 generic 2/1 Goblin Rogue with Planeswalk. Red 2 generic sacrifice Bogart Arsonists. Destroy target Scarecrow or Plains. It's not much of a hate card. Okay, we can travel through the plains, and then if it dies... Alright, I'm sacking myself. I'm just gonna blow up your plains. That's right. It's a kamikaze mission. Okay, whatever. Okay, Alpha Nerd with the Marauding Knight. Oops. It is a black 2 generic 2/2 knight. Oh, it's like the Black Knight, but it's bigger. Marauding Knight has protection from white, and when it gets +1/+1 for each planes your opponents control. That can be insane. Oh, it's 4 mana though, but for each planes your opponents control. This could be like a 6/6 creature easily, especially on the turn that you play this. Yeah, we did Phyrexian Crusader. We got it. Okay, blue is knowledge and not moral. It can justify being friends with white and black, just my opinion. It's not moral to have knowledge. That's weird. I don't think that is in the same... Even if it wasn't moral, I don't see it as not in the same league as the immorality of black. That is just a weird take. Pedgeman, did we do fry/combust? I don't think we did fry. You get zapped. Oh, the legs. The chicken is gone. You see the feathers over here. Red 1 generic. Can't be countered. Deals 5 damage target creature or planeswalker that's white or blue. You can get fried, and then you're gonna get packaged up and delivered in a KFC bucket. It should turn into a food token is what I'm getting at. Fry this thing and you get a food token. You can gain some life off of the thing that you fried. Oh, that's such weird flavor. Like frying, like, I don't know, a Jace Vryn's Prodigy. You get a food token out of it, and then you eat the Jace? I'm sure there's a few cards like that. Markzilla with Virtue's Reign. Sorry, Ruin. Virtue's Ruin. It's a black 2 generic. Oh, did we? No, we did this one. We did the Virtue's Ruin. Next up, we'll do... Knowledge can be used for bad or good, I guess. That's ally. What are you trying to say? White, green, and red are brainless and stupid? Like, they don't have knowledge? Oh, yeah. Only blue has knowledge. They're the only smarty pants. Everyone else is a Cro-Magnon. Okay, next up, let's look at 16's Reign of Chaos. Reign of Chaos. Oh, it's a red 2 generic sorcery. Destroy target planes and target white creature, or destroy target island and a blue creature. Oh, you get a 2-for-1. That's a value right there. That's a backbreaking card. That would see play in Standard, I think, if that was legal today. This is so old and therefore so useless, but I think this would be a super powerful Standard card if this existed by today's standards. It's literally kill a creature and blow up a land. Like, it's Stone Rain and a Lightning Bolt, but it can kill any white creature. Knowledge as in technology. Green is the knowledge of natural world. Well, then what does technology have to do with dead people? You know, what does those have to do with each other? Rainer, Akroma. Angel of Fury. It is an 8 mana 6/6, can't be countered. Flying Trample, protection from white and from blue. Pay red, has fire breathing until end of turn. Also can morph. Surprise! I wasn't... I'm trying to think what that creature... The 1/1 for 8 mana. I don't remember the weakling. I wasn't that weakling after all. I was just joking. I'm actually in a Chroma, Angel of Fury. Okay, we got super chat coming from Ikaya, Noxious Grasp. Oh no, we definitely haven't done that one. We have a black 1 generic. Instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker. That's green or white. You gain 1 life. You know, you never know. Maybe I need that 1 life. Okay, next super chat we've got from yeah, I agree. The biggest thing black and blue have in common is their tendency to manipulate. That's very loose. I guess that's it though. Okay, I will give it that. Like, blue steals the creatures, black, like, brings creatures from, like, any graveyard under your control. I guess that's it. Nathan, raiding party. Oops, I didn't spell raiding right. Raiding party, red 2 generic, enchantment. Raiding party may not be the target of white spells or effects. Pay a 0. It says the enchantment has protection from white. Okay, pay 0, sacrifice an orc to destroy all the planes. Oh my goodness. And to prevent up to 2 planes from... Okay, I'm just reading the oracle text. This doesn't make any sense to me. Sack an orc. Each player may tap any number of untapped white creatures they control. For each creature tapped this way, that player chooses up to 2 planes, then destroy all planes that weren't chosen this way by any player. What a weird card. Talk about something also very hard to understand. So basically, you sack an orc, and you can keep doing this, I guess, until they run out of plane creatures to tap. So if they tapped out all of their creatures, then they can't protect their creatures anymore, right? Then destroy all planes that weren't chosen by this way. Each player may tap any number of untapped. So for each orc you sack, you're threatening to blow up all their planes unless you tap creatures to protect them. Sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Maybe it is. Maybe it is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Dustin! With Still Moon Cavalier. Still Moon Cavalier, we have for a hybrid of Orzhov 1 generic. It's a 2/1 zombie knight. Protection from white and from black. Protection from itself. Oh, it has no head. Also protection from, like, what's it called? Getting stabbed in the eye. Okay, we have Orzhov gains flying until end of turn. Orzhov gains first strike until end of turn. Or double Orzhov gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I guess that works. Next we did Anarchy. I guess we didn't do Circle of Protection White. Circle of Protection White. I don't even know if this card saw a lot of play back then. Does anyone from back in the day know if Circle of Protection White saw a lot of play? I mean, it's just an enchantment for 2 mana. Pay 1. Next time white source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. It's a little crappier than, say, protection from red. Because red, like, if you bolt me and I counter it with circle of protection red, it's gone. I don't have to pay for that again. But if you're up against, like, a white weenie deck, and you attack with 1 creature, I pay 1. Then you play another creature, attack for 2. Attack with 2 creatures, I gotta pay 2. Attack with 3, I gotta pay 3. Like, it accumulates. I guess it can accumulate up to a point, and then you sweep the board. It saw some play. Marcella says yes. I'm gonna assume you played back then. All right, looks good. Alphaner bringing naughty cards on this show. We got Invoke Prejudice. This is a bit of a cheatsy card. Also, now Stone Cold banned everywhere. Okay, I can read you what the card does though. Okay, whenever an opponent for quadruple blue, there's like, I think 2 cards in Magic the Gathering that cost quadruple blue. Whenever an opponent casts a creature spell that doesn't share a color with a creature you control, counter that spell unless its player plays X, where X is its mana value. Oh no, it has to share a color. This does not actually, this actually doesn't work. I thought you actually announce a color and then you can counter those things. No, so this actually gets disqualified. Not specific to the show. If it was a little bit more like, what's it called? Iona. I thought it was like an Iona effect. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are calling for the card to be reprinted with like a different name or slightly different effect. Apparently it was a Commander All-Star at the time. Now disgraced out of the game. Okay, next up we've got... Okay, so we're going to donate the Super Chat to a... what's it called? We're going to give it to... I think everyone's got a card yet. Torpor Orb? Too loose. Too loose. Oh, Keldon, I don't think we got one from you. Let's... With the Stromgeld Cabal. Stromgeld Cabal. It's a black, 1 generic, 2/2 human knight. Tap. Pay 1 life. Counter target. Oh, wow! Holy crap! That's insane! Hold on, where's we gotta get some, I think it danger a little bit. Where's my... Oh, here it is. Pay 1 life to counter a white spell? This card's just nuts! I never heard of this card, and it's dirt cheap. It's 50 cents. You literally tap it and counter white spells. Give it vigilance, and you can attack with it as well. Yeah, I think it danger. I think this card danger. It's so easy to play too. If you're playing a human or knight deck, why not play it? That combos with it combos with 8.5 tails. Also combos with Painter Servant. You can counter anything. That's a wild card that I never heard of. That I never heard of. Okay, we got Christopher B. You look late to the show today. The Greater Harvester. It is a black, 2 generic, 5/6 horror. At the beginning of your upkeep, you sack a permanent. Well, that's not satisfying. When Greater Harvester deals combat damage to a player, that player sacks 2 permanents. What the hell does this have to do against white? This absolutely not. Don't work. Whoops. Where am I? Accidentally went to MTG Goldfish. Okay, we'll go with the Wildfire Emissary. Okay, red 3 generic 2/4. Protection from white. Also, it has fire breathing for 2 mana. It's a little bit, it's clunky fire breathing, but fire breathing nonetheless. We got Bryce with the super chat. You also name it. It's got disqualified. We got disqualified this damn thing twice. What are you people doing around here? Okay, Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. Oh, you mean like, yeah, killing off the tokens? Yeah, I agree. So 7 mana, it's a 4/7 with vigilance. Your creatures get +2/+2, and your opponents, little tokeny creatures, even if they were a little bit chunky, even if you had like a little bit of an Anthem in play, they still dead. They're all gonna get wiped out by the Elish Norn. Who hasn't gotten? If you haven't lived until you, or haven't, yeah, you haven't lived until you got wiped out by an Elish Norn. And next we've got... Oh, Bryce is... Okay, Bryce is going to try to redeem themselves with Contamination. This is not an anti-white card as well. Whenever a land... It's during your upkeep, sack a creature or sack Contamination. Whenever a land is tapped for mana, it produces black instead of its normal type. It's got to be like anti-plains, anti-white, anti-life gain... Like, you can do this against any color. Like, that's the problem. The truth! F. Moore says the Sphere of Truth. Is it related to the Scroll of Truth? We have a white 3 generic enchantment. If a white source would deal damage to you, prevent 2 of that damage. Or Guardian Angel came to save the day versus the white creatures. Is that for every white source? That would also hoses tokens pretty hard. Can't damage me with life gain, though. I said before, and I'll say it many times, Gideon's defeat, a card by our Lord Nicol Bolas. Our Lord's Bolas will be with us. Gideon's defeat. Yeah, a lot of people got defeated by Nicol Bolas. Strangle. Oh, that is hands? Okay, we have a white. Exile target white creature that's attacking or blocking. If it was Gideon specifically, you gain 5 life. It sounds like Nicol Bolas will feast on the blood of Gideons tonight. And also cook them as KFC. Okay, Angel's Feather. Oh, that's interesting. Never heard that one. We got 2 generic. Artifact. Whenever a player casts a white spell, you may gain 1 life. Okay, some benefit, I guess. You people are just trolling me. You people are just trolling me. All right, we're gonna donate another. This is just like a weird way to donate super chats to people. Okay, we'll give this one to Slack. I don't think Slack got a card yet. Theros Beyond Death. Theros. I thought that was a card. Or is this called Beyond Death? Okay, apparently that was... I guess that's a set, not a card. Who hasn't got a card yet? Yeah, not a card. It sounds like it should be a card. Okay, we got the Is with the Malakir Blood Witch. Malakir Blood Witch, 5 mana for a 4/4 flying and protection from white. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of vampires you control. You're gonna look at how many vampires they have and you realize you're gonna lose a lot of life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. And it's each opponent. You could one-shot someone with this thing. That's possible. I mean, you could one-shot everybody. Boom. Malakir Blood Witch. It's over. Ooh, I like this one. The Ley Line of Punishment. You feel the pain? Says Reiner. Red, 2 generic. If it's in your opening hand, you can begin it with it on the battlefield. Players can't gain life, and also damage can't be prevented. That's right, when you get smacked in the face. When I slap you, you're gonna feel it. There's no protection from the slap. We did Havoc. Chenfred with False Cure. At this point, I'm just trying to look for cards that we haven't done yet. Black. Instant, until end of turn. Whenever a player gains life, that player loses 2 life for each 1 life he or she gained. Oh, it's the Uno reverse card. Whenever a player gains life, that player loses 2 life for each 1 life until end of... Oh no, you have to play it first. I guess you could do it midway through some sort of combo that they were going to gain life. So, like, if they've got, like, one of those, if you gain life, you lose that much life, opponents lose that much life combos, you could actually play this in response, and I guess they kill themselves with it. I don't know how that would stack, though. Because they still gain the life, but then they net lose a life. Do it in combat versus lifeline. Oh, yeah, that works as well. Yeah, you get them in combat. You thought you were going to get a bunch of life? No, you're attacking yourself for just as much. That's right. That's a cool card. There are a lot of triggers on the stack. Yeah, that will also work. But you got to time it right. You know, the timing is everything. All right, King Ginger with Abomination. Ew! It's this disgusting thing. Looks like it's from Doom. Black, 3 generic. A 2/6. At end of combat, destroy all green and white creatures blocking or blocked by the Abomination. Really should be any creature that got blocked or blocked by the Abomination. Basically, you became one with the Abomination in one way. I don't like the grin eye. He's so happy and satisfied. It's just disgusting on, like, multiple levels. On multiple levels. All right, we got Andrew. Thank you very much for the super chat. Has Knight of Malice been done? I don't remember. We did a lot of Knights. But was it the one of the Malice? Nope. We didn't do that one. All right, a black 1 generic 2/2. First strike. And hexproof from white. It's like Black Knight in the future or something like that. Knight of Malice gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a white permanent. Anyone, including yourself. Single white creature makes me stronger, more motivated. Were there no cards with Planeswalk? I think we had one. There was one red creature that had Planeswalk, and also, and Leon is like, were there no cards with Planeswalk? And then in response, Toads is like, Nikachu, Planeswalk was a thing once. Aeson Highway? Aeson Highway. It's my way or the highway, says Aeson. White, 3 generic. All white creatures gain Planeswalk. That is just weird. So this is for, like, the white mirror. All right, you got white creatures, I got white creatures. We have no way to get through. But then I got the Aeson. Oh, no, all creatures, including theirs. This just creates chaos. I mean, this is just... Chaos ensues here. Tread the roads of righteousness, Marat, lest you lose your way and be consumed. Make sure when you attack for lethal. You go after the king. Best not miss. Okay, Restian Serpentine, Order of the Ebon Hand. Sounds like a relatively newer card. Okay, I'm dead wrong. It's a black 2/1 Cleric Knight. Pro white, black, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Also black, gains first strike until end of turn. It's a crappier Black Knight, right? It's really crappy. Platonic Liquid, thank you very much for your super chat. Wasn't paying attention. Did we do Stigma Lasher? We absolutely did not. I don't know what that is. Stigma Lasher, red 2/2 with Wither. Whenever Stigma Lasher deals damage to a player, that player can't gain life for the rest of the game. Oh my goodness. So that's evil. I just smack you once. That's it. It's like an emblem. I just emblemed you. Yeah, until the end of the game. That's wild. All dust does not count. Too generic. Does not specifically hate on, doesn't destroy white. What else do we have here? Yeah, we did Stench of Evil. We did Gloom. Don't know if we did Glare of Heresy. Glare of... Is it Hearsay? No, Heresy. Exile target white permanent for 2 mana. Get it out of here. Chan Gaming, have we done putrefaction? Or is it putrefaction? No, it's putrefaction. I want to say we did, but I don't. It's 5 mana. Whenever a player plays a white spell or green spell, that player discards it. Oh yeah, we did that one. Yeah, I remember the discard outlet one. Someone to foresee with Disorder. Order in the house. Order in the house. 2 mana sorcery deals 2 damage to each white creature and each player who controls a white creature. But so at least it's just 2 damage to them and not 2 damage for each creature they control. That'd be wild. Because like Rakdos Charm is sort of like that. Alpha Nerd with the Death Mark. Hold on, Death Mark. It's a black 1 mana, I think sorcery. Destroy a red or destroy a green or white creature. Oh yeah, I was right on the money. I was once a sideboard card when I was playing I think it was like a mono red aggro deck in standard, but had a really light splash of black because it was playing the Rakdos land, the Rakdos creature land, specifically for Deathmark because what's it called? Core Firewalker just completely hosed the deck. It was terrible. Washout too generic. Magistrate's Veto. I think Washout is what I think it is. It's like choose a color and then bounce everything. Or maybe it's... No, okay, hold on. Maybe we could go with that one. Magistrate's... So let's go look at Magistrate's Veto first. It is a red 2 generic. White creatures and blue creatures can't block. Awkward! That creates that thing makes things very awkward. Okay, Washout. I believe this is choose a color, bounce all creatures of that color to their hand? Or maybe it's attacking creatures. Blue 3 generic sorcery. Return all colors of the color of your choice to others' hands. Yeah. Okay. Oh, actually, that's even better. So they don't even need to be attacking. That one barely counts. I'll let it count. Core Firewalker is a great sideboard card indeed. It is a very rage-inducing card. Leon. We did Phyrexian Crusader, but did we do the Skull Eyeball? You know what, Toads? I just realized you and Alpha Nerd have very similar looking avatars from far away. It looks like the same damn thing. Hold on, we're not done yet. And maybe I don't get your choices often enough. Sky Eyeball. Oh, it's Skull Eyeball. Skull Eyeball doesn't exist, Toads. Such card does not exist. It's not even there. Okay, we're gonna do Alpha Nerd's super chat then, which is the Omen of Fire. So the show ends with the super chats. And we got red 3 generic instant. Return all islands to the owner's hands. Each player sacks a plains or white permanent for each. That's so weird. Oh, did we do that one? Maybe we did one with you return all planes or something. Each player sacks up planes or white permanent for each white permanent he or she controls. I think we did that one. So we will donate that super chat to... yeah, the show is not ending. Don't worry. We still around. I'll give it to... I don't know if we did Virtue's Ruin. No, we did. Virtue's Ruin. I think we did that one. Actually, okay, we 4 people told me of that one now. Void Maw! I'm getting desperate here. We got 6 mana, 4/5 Trampler. It's a horror. If another creature would be put in a graveyard from play, remove it from the game instead. Put a card removed from the game with Void Maw into its owner's graveyard. Void Maw gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That has nothing to do with the show. I was waiting for something to do with hating on the white cards. Put a card removed from the game with Void Maw. Yeah, this has nothing. It's got nothing. Okay, Christopher B, save us. The Greater Harvester. I can always count on Christopher B. 5 mana, 5/6. Upkeep, sack a permanent. When it deals combat damage to a player, the player... Okay, I don't understand. This is twice someone recommended this card, but it has nothing to do with the show. Like, what am I missing here? We got this card twice. Am I missing something? At the beginning of your upkeep, sack a permanent. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices 2 permanents. This has nothing to do with, like, anti-white cards or planes or anything. It's not like white creatures have protection from sacrifice. Okay, so that gets disqualified. I trusted you! I trusted you, Christopher B. Okay, draw us Harvester. Please redeem yourself. I'm trying to donate this damn super chat here. Okay, we have 3 mana for a 4/4. There we go! Protection from white. At the beginning of your end step, you lose 4 life. Whoa, my goodness. That's a little hefty. Whenever a creature dies, you gain 2 life. Oh! Well, that's good. Okay, next super chat we got from Steve Cooper. Not only a super chat, also a donation to chat. Knight of Dusk's Shadow. It is a black 1 generic 2/2 human knight with menace. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so this is like a better knight than well, it doesn't have protection from white, but your opponents can't gain life, and that's stapled to a creature. That's busted. And then we have, and it's got a little bit of a, not fire breathing. What do we call this? If it's not, if it's fire breathing in black, what is like dark magicking? Like, I don't even know how to describe this ability. Is it pumping iron? I don't know. They're getting stronger. Someone give this a name. I can't remember. There was one for green. Someone called it forest breathing or something like that. I thought it was hilarious. I laughed my ass off. We did Gloom. Okay, so who's gonna get the Steve Cooper's super chat? Did anyone not get one? It's a shade ability. Oh, it's shading up. It's got shade. It's throwing shade on other enemies. Is that what it's doing? We're gonna give the last one to Restian Serpentine with the Graceful Antelope. Graceful Antelope. It is a white 2 generic plains. It is literally a planeswalker. You guys get it? The planeswalker. Okay, it's a 1/4 creature. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may have target land become a plains until Graceful Antelope leaves play. That's interesting. So slowly it can turn all your plains, all your lands into plains. And once it turns one land into plains, then you can't block this thing. Plains might as well be as useful as a wastes in that situation. Okay, King Ginger with the Chameleon Spirit. The spirit of the chameleon is on King Ginger's side. Yeah. It's a blue 3 generic star. Comes into play, you choose a color. I guess we're naming white. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents of the chosen color your opponents control. And with that, that's the end of the show. It was a weird show. Apparently the instructions weren't clear enough for some of you. But we got through it, all right? We got through it. It's always a tough day at Coffee and MTG. But hey, big announcement. Remember, okay, so if you want to be part of the show, we do this weekdays, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. But from December 20th to January 5th, with the exception of Christmas, we will be doing the show at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. In addition, so we'll have 2 Coffee and MTGs per day for basically 2.5 weeks. So you're going to want to be there. For anyone who's never been able to be part of the show because you're in a different time zone, well, now you have your opportunity. And I'm sure we're going to see some other people be there twice in one day as well. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you like to support by super chatting to be part of the show, because I love you all. And we also have to thank everyone who's here as well. People like Zash and also Platonic Liquid, David. We got David Benovsky, King Ginger Tracer, Fasiv, Rainer, Mr. Deadhead, Toads, Paul Rugg, Steve Cooper, David Ketchup, Mark Zilla, Jess Ryan. Who else? Kankusha. I think I got Toads already. We got it. The Is, Christopher B, Adam, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.